Hey guys, welcome back. I have been a geologist for a very long time and I love rocks and minerals more than most people probably should. And a lot of the samples I get, I might buy a few, but a lot of them we get when we're out on field trips. I've been collecting them since I was in college, and even today, you know, when we do our professional training for our geology licenses, we actually get paid to go on hike and look for rocks sometimes, which is awesome and super fun. But people often ask me what I collect and what I keep in my personal collection. So I thought I would start showing you a few of my absolute favorites. So today we are going to talk about fluorite, and in a minute we are going to talk about my absolute favorite fluorite, which is rare. It's called the Blue John Fluorite. But in general, I want to tell you about fluorite first. So fluorite is made of calcium and fluorine. The chemical formula is CaF2. Typically you will find fluorite that is purple, maybe yellowish, often green to colorless, but it also can be blue, pink, and brown. This is a sample that I have here of fluorite. This one is really neat. It's mostly green, but you can see those stripes of purple, different shades of purple running through the sample. So fluorite is really beautiful. It has kind of a glassy, sometimes a dull luster. It has a white streak, and it's moderately hard. I mean, it's a 4 on the most hardness scale, which goes from 1 to 10, so it's kind of in the middle. Typically, it forms in cube shapes. This one right here, you can see it's actually a rectangle. If I broke that up, it might be like perfect cubes. You can also cut them into octahedral forms, which these are really tiny. I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen, but they actually form little octahedrons if you cut them that way. So fluorite was named in the 1700s, like 1797, from the Latin word fleur, F-L-U-E-R-E, which means to flow. Often fluorite can be fluorescent, so sometimes you'll see under a black light fluorite samples will fluoresce. Now fluorite can be found often in hydrothermal veins inside a rock, so you'll often see them form inside cracks in other rocks, and they can pretty much be found worldwide, and they're pretty useful. People use them in the manufacturing of things like camera lenses, enamels, telescopes, cooking utensils. But I want to show you my absolute favorite variety of fluorite, which is called the Blue John Fluorite. So the Blue John Fluorite is actually a rare version of fluorite that is only found in one area. It is found in Castleton in Derbyshire, England, and you can find it in the Blue John Cavern and in the Cliff Cavern. So those caves are really close to each other, which is why you can find it in those caverns, but you cannot find this fluorite anywhere else in the world. I was so fascinated by this fluorite that I went down this rabbit hole of researching it, and I ended up writing a children's book series, and it was the focus of the first children's book series. It's called, the book is actually called Blue John's Cavern. And in it, these kids travel back in time, and they end up at the Blue John Cave when it was in kind of the height of its mining time, and they have to sneak in and get a sample, and it's really fun. But that's kind of how I got really interested in this particular sample of fluorite, was doing a lot of research for that book, and it is just absolutely fascinating. I'll put a link to their website below the video so that you guys can go and check it out, and you can see pictures of the inside of the cave and everything like that. But what is so unique about this fluorite itself is that it is striped. Here's a couple I have like 5 samples of this, but here are 2 of my favorites. I have bought some samples, my parents bought me some samples. These are 2 samples of the Blue John Fluorite, and if you look, you can see the purple stripes running through it, and then kind of the white and yellow stripes running through it. And that is absolutely characteristics of this Blue John Fluorite. Sorry if you hear my cat meowing. His name's Brooks. So this fluorite, absolutely beautiful. I love these samples. And they actually, if you go on their website, you can buy samples. They actually, it's used now mostly to make a lot of things like jewelry. You can find vases and tables and things that have been made over the years out of the Blue John Fluorite. It is absolutely beautiful. The caves are really interesting. They are limestone caves. that formed when glacial meltwaters flowed through the Castleton area and formed this underground cave system. So there's these really big kind of rooms in these caves. I think there's like 6 major rooms in the Blue John Cave, and the limestone has dissolved away and formed these caves, and these fluorites formed in the rock veins in this cave, so you can find nodules of it and then across larger areas and stuff. It's just so fascinating. But I'm very excited to show you this other piece that I bought the other day. I actually bought it for myself for my birthday because they just mined these new samples out and put them on these slate pieces. And I was so excited when I saw this on their Facebook page. I emailed them and asked. I'm in the US and it's in England, so I emailed and asked if they could ship to me, and they said they could. But look how awesome the striping on this sample is. You can see actually like chevron stripes going up and down through the rock, and just the clear white and purple and white and purple. Oh my gosh, this is just the most beautiful mineral ever in the world. So I hope you guys take a few minutes, check out their website. If you have kids, I'll put a link to the book, but it's kind of fun. There's actually an activity book that can tell you all about the area and the geology of it. And I hope you guys go and take a look at their Facebook page where they post the pictures of all the different samples that they have coming out of the cave during the mining times. I don't think they mine all year round. I think they only mine in the summer months because it does get, I think, fairly cold up there in the northern part of England. The cave itself, Castleton area, is in the Peak District in England. It's in the northern area. It is definitely on my bucket list of areas that I'm gonna go to and just hang out the landscape and the geology and everything from that area is just absolutely incredible, and so is this mineral. So I hope you guys go check it out. One of my absolute favorite minerals, the Blue John Fluorite. Bye!